Hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Friday, November 7th. It is the eve of the LSU-Alabama game. What a breath of fresh air this Friday is that we're actually speaking and talking about on-field play of LSU. What's going to happen? We're talking about an actual game. We're not going to be talking about a lot of nonsense that's happening around the program. Verge Osbury is still the athletic director, officially the athletic director. That has come out. Officially, it is done. That is what's going on. Talk about interim, talk about whatever. He is the AD. That is it, period, is what the quote said. So that is good. Now we can move on to the actual play on the field, which we will get into this weekend. I know a lot of people don't go into this game with a lot of hope. I have more hope than I think most do. I think it's going to be closer than you think. And I'm going to give you reasons why throughout the course of the show. LSU basketball got their first win of the season against Tarleton State. They were favored by 16.5. LSU was. I think it ended up winning by 32 points. So good first win. Obviously, if you're like me and you're a sick LSU fan and you watch LSU basketball, LSU football, LSU baseball, no matter how good or bad they are, you may have watched the game 2 nights ago and been like, who the hell are these guys? There's 2 players on the team that I remember from last year. Jalen Reed is still playing.
Knee brace. And
Miller, their other big center, is still on the team. Everybody else, all new guys. They spent some money in NIL to get a new roster. They look good. They won their first game. The next game is on Monday against UNO, who is run by Master P. UNO went to TCU and beat the shit out of TCU. Master P put a bunch of money in the program, got some players there. So that should be interesting. LSU women's basketball 2-0. They beat, I believe it was Southeastern by 1 million. Last night it was 61-6 at halftime. I think they ended up scoring 120-something points, and I think they only gave up 20. So typical of what kind of happens early on in the season. You play some teams that aren't as good, and you blow them out, and that's what happened.
It was 61-6
at halftime.
At halftime, and then defense really had a lapse in judgment. The second half gave up 7 points in the third, and an abysmal 13 points in the fourth. 115-26.
115-26. Not great for Southeastern. Great for LSU women's basketball. They are 2-0. Obviously, early on the season, we'll see what happens. But we got a lot of football conversation. Obviously, we are back on the betting train. We are going to talk about our team parlay, our Mik'd Up parlay, which we have been over. But you know what that means? That means we're due. We're due for a win. We got close a couple weeks ago. If Arizona State would have gotten off their ass and scored some points, we would have covered, and we would have won it. So we're going to get into the bets. We're going to talk about some football around the country, talk about what to expect. I think there's going to be some more chaos happen this weekend. We shall see how that goes. But we got a lot to talk about.
Well, and yes, as we watch around the college football landscape, LSU has a night game, so you'll get your fill of college football. But a lot of coaches will be, we got to get that guy. Oof, I'm off that guy. Already happened to Summerall.
Already happened to Summerall. You're going to get a lot of tweets, and the internet's going to be buzzing about coaches signing, not signing, offered, not offered.
Memphis
apparently is the guy's going to Arkansas. Deal done. That's not the case. But he is obviously going to get looked at by a lot of schools because of what he's done at Memphis. But we got, like I said, a lot to talk about. We also have like 6 questions from Ask Mikey and Mitch on Wednesday, which my ADD self forgot that I was Ask Mikey and Mitch, and we did not get to those questions. So we're going to get to them today. Joined by Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
If you tuned in to Tingle & Co. this morning, you've already seen Lloyd, but you get to see him again. Fridays, you spend a lot of time here at our new studio at Southern Regional Medical Center.
You would think that maybe I'd find the time to put something on the wall, or
we're working on it.
No, I just get some more information for the fellas.
Yeah, that's it.
I digest what I said I don't, and then I kind of get us ready for this show. So never leave the building.
You never leave. You're hardworking.
That's right.
We appreciate that.
Help me.
We're also joined by our co-host, 2-time national champion, first-round pick by the Chicago White Sox, right-handed playing quarterback, left-handed playing center fielder. He is, if you want to find him on TV, when baseball season starts, he is a
fixture.
Is a pundit for SEC Network and SEC Baseball.
LSU insider.
Right now, he is recruiting on the road, recruiting at a 14-year-old baseball game, and so he's doing the interview from his car. We're joined by Jared Mitchell.
Yeah. Hey boys, I'm starting my next career right now. I gotta get you gotta get to the youngins early, gotta get to the little ones early. So we got some fall ball going on here. Coming watching the young Nolan Kane, Kane, out in this fall ball tournament in Townball, Texas, obviously. So where Kason Evans is from, out in his hometown a little. He probably spent a lot of time in this park, I would imagine, growing up. But come and check him out. See what this is about on this beautiful Friday here today. And if I get hit, just gonna let you know right now, because I've seen 2 balls fly to this fence, and I'm starting to get a little nervous. But if I get a home run hit right at that, I mean, the show might be over early on my side. I'm just letting y'all know.
I hope it doesn't break your window or your windshield. But if there is a ball, I want to see that. I want you to flip the camera, and I want to get some content here for that.
Yeah, I might have a lot going on if that happens. Just know, Lloyd, if you see my shit moving kind of quick and fast, go ahead, flip and hit the right button to put me live, because that's you'll know.
I'm gonna see how much poise you have in that situation, how panicked you get, or can you keep your cool under pressure?
What panicking is there? I'm not about to hit this thing and drive and pull off.
Maybe
just sit right here.
Make it work.
Maybe you run out the car and try to make the catch.
That's what I would think.
No, okay.
No, that's what we got insurance for.
That's it. All right, let's talk about. Actually, do we want to get to the questions first before we get to what we think about of the game this weekend, or do you want to get into the game and then get to the questions?
I think we'll get into the game and we'll know when the time is right for the questions.
All right, so LSU 5-3 so far this season. They are not ranked in the top 25. They obviously have had 3 losses against top 10 teams at the time that they've played them. Texas A&M looks like they could be one of the best team, if not the best team in the country. They go on the road to Missouri, so they're going to have a little challenge in themselves this weekend. They obviously lost to Ole Miss on the road, where you felt like you kind of gave that game away. You didn't really play good football, and you lose to Vanderbilt on the road, where it's kind of similar stuff. Like Vanderbilt kind of took it to you, they beat you, but you still had opportunities that you didn't maximize, you didn't take advantage of, and you ultimately lost the game. So 2 to 3 losses were very close. The third one was a blowout, embarrassing loss, which led to the firing of Brian Kelly. And so now that leads us to the LSU-Alabama week, which is always interesting, always entertaining. LSU goes on the road, a 8.5-point favorite. I mean, 8.5. I wish they were a favorite. 8.5-point underdog at Alabama. And listen, we got a lot of shit going on around LSU. I do believe that the game is going to be a lot tighter than people think it's going to be. Me and Lloyd were just watching a replay of the 2021 LSU-Alabama game. If you remember that game, LSU was 4-4 going on the road to Alabama, who was 8-1 or 7-1 or 8-1 at the time. I think 7-1 at the time, actually. Ranked number 2 in the country. Significantly better than LSU. Not just record-wise, but with talent, the players on the field, significantly better. Coach O was already fired. Ed O was already gone. He was coaching with a lame duck coach. And LSU came out that game, scored in the first drive. LSU's quarterback that year was Max Johnson. They go and they scored in the first drive. The game kind of gets away. It's 20-7. LSU climbs back at 20-14 and had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Ran down the field on them, got inside the red zone, got inside the 10-yard line a couple times, came up with no points. Ended up losing the game 20-14. Ended up with a Hail Mary in the end zone that did not get completed for LSU. The reason I bring that up is because that's a very similar situation to what we have going on right now. 2021, I believe, was a worse spot than LSU is in 2025 as far as talent on the field goes. LSU came into this season with high expectations. That year, nobody really had a ton of expectations for LSU. And LSU was in that game all the way into the end and had a very, very real opportunity to win that. So LSU goes into Alabama this weekend in a similar situation. Fired coach, 5-3. The season's already in everybody else's mind gone. And they have no real expectation to win this game. With all of that said, I believe that LSU's talented enough to go in there and keep it close and win the game if things go the right way. Now, do they win? I don't know, but I do believe they cover the 8.5 points. I do believe you see them run the football a lot better. Alabama is giving up 150 yards a game on the ground to their opponents. They're not the same Alabama team defensively as they have been in the past. They are good. They are talented. But in the past, it used to be impossible to run on them. They have now allowed some significant yardage on the ground, and they've been in some games that they've had to pull out. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago. They had to go and make this crazy comeback in order to win that game to stay undefeated in the SEC play. So I think it's going to be an entertaining game. I think you're going to see some different things from LSU. I think you're going to see a different brand of football. You're going to see a more physical brand. You're going to see them run the football more consistently, at least be stubborn running it, which I'm okay with. I believe you're going to see Nuss play a better football game. It's going to be not necessarily him running around, not necessarily him throwing the ball 45 times. I think it's going to be more balanced attack. I wouldn't be shocked if you saw more play action, not RPO play action, but actual play action. You may see a different running scheme, right? I know Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn talk a lot about this. They're 8 games in the season, and they said they haven't run power one time. Obviously, that wasn't the scheme that they were trying to run. Alex Atkins is the new play caller. He came over from Florida State. He is known to run a ton of counter. I don't know how much they're going to be able to go change the scheme, but I do believe you're going to see a lot more of straight line right at you running the football type of game than you have seen in the past 8 games. And so I think with that, the few times we have done that throughout the course of the year, they've been effective. So I do think that's what you're going to see. But I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be physical. We said this on Wednesday. My concern is if it gets out of hand too early, how much fight are they going to have to come back and keep that game close? I think with Frank Wilson, I think you have a better chance than what you do with Brian Kelly. But it's going to be interesting to watch. That's my take on it. I mean, like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that have to go LSU's way to end up pulling that out, but I do think it's going to be competitive. How do y'all feel about that game?
I honestly cannot wait to see what kind of football LSU is going to show up and play this weekend. Look, you got to imagine, too, and understand that when there's a shakeup in the building and you get rid of a coach, the head of the snake, if you will, the top of it, if you will, there is some voices, whether you like it or not, and it's usually probably some big voices that if there is like we talked about it earlier in the week where Blake Baker was asking to be able to do different types of things throughout practice because of what they used to do and what they were not allowed to do. So I say that because there may be some muted voices that may be big voices that now that person is gone that want to and feel the ability to and have more of a I guess a want to go out there and say more about what's going on and where it's at and how do we right the ship and what do we do differently. So I'm so excited to see how this is going to be played. I do expect them to come out there spirited. I do expect them to come out there ready to play. And now it's about, can you match the X's and O's? Can you continue to keep the intensity through the whole game? And can you continue to show up? Like you talked about in that 2021 game, how close that ball game was for so long. I expect it to be something similar. And all you really want, especially as an LSU fan looking outside in, is for you to have a chance to win this game at the end of the game, right? Yep. You go on the road, you want to see a team that's going to compete well, not have a ton of mental mistakes and do a whole bunch of goofy shit. You want to see a well-coached ball club who is going to put themselves in position to win a ball game at the end of the game. And if they're able to pull it out, all the better, right? So I'm excited to see what they've been able to do over these 2 weeks, how they've changed things up. That change kind of came right at the perfect time for you to be able – you won't get another 2-week break like that during the middle of a season for you to kind of change course and do something different. So the opportunity to do that through a bye week and put it into action tomorrow, I'm excited to see it.
And despite all of the distractions that were happening, that was LSU related, not LSU football related.
Correct.
So they got to kind of operate in the shadows a little bit after the Frank Wilson announcement. Then it's been nothing but government talk and athletic. Like, they don't give a shit about that. Like, I got my head coach, let's roll. And I'm excited to see, like, I think that's the best word for it. If you had told me that after I saw LSU play Texas A&M and the way that which happened, and you'd be like, what do you feel about the LSU-Alabama game? But, like, shoot me in the head. I don't want to watch that game at all. Now you 2 weeks removed from it and all of the changes that you made at LSU, football.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the game. Like, I really am. That's a big swing in momentum for me just to actually want to turn the TV on and watch LSU play Alabama, because 2 weeks ago that was not the case. And you see that when you kind of dig into the matchup, there's some things that LSU can exploit, because at the end of the day, LSU has good players. It was dysfunction at the top. And so if you can get good players to play good, usually there's a good result. And so I'm not necessarily baked into the fact if they lose that it's like, oh, burn this ship down too. I think it just has to look a little bit different, and they play inspired ball, and then everybody can walk away. Just like 2021, at the end of that game, I think everybody goes, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Like, they competed.
Right.
And that's all I want to see.
And look, in that game, they legit had an opportunity. They turned the ball over 4 times. Like, they had legit opportunities to win the football game, and they didn't do it. Frank Wilson's come out this week and said that you're going to see some new faces play throughout the course of this of the game, or potentially get some time. Is it Teron Francis, the wide receiver, freshman wide receiver, and then you got a safety, last name of Thomas, also a freshman. So he said he's going to put those guys in. Obviously, I don't know the reasoning on why Brian Kelly didn't want to play them if they were capable of getting in there early on. Both highly regarded in the recruiting circuit. We shall see. Obviously, it's a tough first game for them to get some snaps, but we'll see. And I say that because you're going to see some different things than you've seen in the first 8 games of the season, right? You're going to see different schemes. You're going to see different personnel. You're going to see potentially a different attitude they play with. And as an interim guy, like that's what you would hope, right? There's a reason why you're the interim coach, because they were not playing well before, and the guy before you got fired. So as an interim guy, you want to be able to make some changes, hopefully for the positive. And one of those changes is playing some younger guys that maybe are talented enough to play that didn't play earlier. Some of those changes are getting them to play with a different mindset. Some of those changes are changing some schemes and make it a little bit more simple and maybe hopefully more effective. So I'm excited about that. It's almost like we're going to go watch a different team. Hopefully we do see a different team on the field than we've seen in the past. And the main thing is hopefully the team that we're seeing is competitive and playing with a lot of physicality. And I think that's been a key word throughout the course of these last 2 weeks is physicality. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
You've seen that I guess Braylon Moore has come out. Some players spoke with the media. West Weeks came and spoke with the media. Practice has been different.
Whit Weeks is out. I want to say that.
West Weeks.
I know, but I just want to say,
I don't know if
Whit Weeks is out. You may not see him the rest of the year.
Yeah.
His little brother's out too.
Right, which is odd.
Hopefully
but they talked about
hopefully they're not transferring.
The 9-on-7 drill, and Mansour Delaney was over there working individuals, and he was saying like, "Whoa, sounds a little different over there. What the boys up to?" He's like, "I heard pads popping, people flying around." He said there was Braylon Moore said this as well. There's a number of scuffles that increased in practice this week, and Braylon was like, "Good, this is fun. This is football." And so to see that kind of mentality already change, where it feels like they're being held back a little bit, and to see them want to get a little bit more physical, they want to run the football. Like all of those things are like those are all the things that you want to hear coming out. And like I said, when you look at the run game, these two teams mirror each other. They're both tied for the SEC at second in completions, but both at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to running the football. Neither team can do it, and at this point, neither team can stop it. Yeah. And it's a stark contrast from the game I watched in 2011, where it was, I don't know.
All around the football.
I don't know if I'm going to see it.
Can they throw a forward pass?
Right, and then when they did, it was not by a quarterback.
Right.
So I think this game will be a little bit different because Alabama ranks 114th in the nation in rushing and 15th in the SEC in yards per carry allowed. Only Arkansas's defense has been gashed more than Alabama. That's brutal. Arkansas
no doubt. And look,
tough.
Everybody thought Jam Miller was going to be the guy, right?
Yeah.
Jam Miller's talented, but he's rushing for less than 4 yards a clip. They have not gotten the running game going.
And your bugaboo is gone again. LSU seems to have fallen back into the trap of not being able to stop a running quarterback. Ty Simpson can move a little bit, but he hasn't run for more than 20 yards in a game.
And that's the other part I'm excited about. I'm excited to see. We've heard a lot about like Mansour Delaney has been a baller. Like he's put himself in a position where he's going to be one of the top cornerbacks taken in the draft. I would imagine this is going to be his biggest challenge of the year. Right? They have 2 or 3 really good wide receivers. They have a really good quarterback who has a potential to go top 5 overall in the draft. I think he's the Heisman frontrunner right now.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
I think he is. I mean, I think odds-on favorite to win the Heisman as of today. And so they're going to have a challenge. I think that he is – you can obviously go get him. It's his first year starting. but you don't have to really worry about him gashing you with these long scrambles. Yeah, he may scramble and get some first downs, a few yards here or there, but it's not going to be 50-yard runs. It's not going to do what Pavia did or what Marcel Reed did. And so I think that kind of bodes well for LSU. I want to see if the linebackers can play an improved game without Whit Weeks. Obviously, with Alabama, they got absolutely torched. Vanderbilt, they got torched in the middle. They weren't able to cover. They weren't able to stop really any of the running game. And so it's a different scheme that they're facing, but you don't have Whit Weeks, who's the leader of the defense. And so I'm interested to see what the defense looks like and how aggressive they play and what the secondary looks like against Ty Simpson.
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I'll take a little bit of a different approach. I truly think the Vanderbilt game plan, the way it was lost, I think that was more of a leak in the ship that ended up sinking the ship once they got to the A&M game. And what I mean by that is I think the uninspired, undisciplined ball started at that point, right, with the way Pavia plays, and then you got a lot of uninspired play and not bought in play that happened in Tiger Stadium. Like we saw multiple times where guys like Harold Perkins was not only missing plays, but literally just kind of giving up on plays and not really finishing from whistle to whistle. And so to me, I'm not scared of if you get this ball club playing like they played early in the year, which is that inspired ball, they showed the ability to stop running quarterbacks. Where I think there's a little bit of a scare where I think that this team is vulnerable because they haven't shown the ability to get home with just four or just the four linemen, if you will. Where I get scared is the guys that are backfield creators, the guys that want to stay back there and actually still deliver the pass. So when you have a guy like Ty Simpson who's mobile, who's not really looking to run, but is going to create a lane, an opportunity for him to make the throw that he wants, I think that's where it could get kind of shifty for him and where it could get scary for him. So it's going to be a tough ball game for him defensively. And I'm not saying that like they're going to get 50 hung on them. I'm just saying to beat this team, you're going to have to go into Tuscaloosa and you're going to have to score some to beat them. I don't think you're going to come out there and shut them down. I don't think it's going to look like, oh, well, they can't run, they can't do this, so here's an opportunity. They're going to move the ball. They're going to score. They got two dynamic guys on the outside in Bernard and in Ryan Williams. Those guys can play as well. They've shown the ability to, and they've shown the commitment to run the game to make you respect it at least. So they continue to do those things, and they got really good offensive minds on that staff. So I expect them to still play a good game, them being Alabama offensively, but don't be surprised at all if you see him moving around and doing some of the things that maybe Pavia does, because that's how he plays the game, and that's what he wants to do. On the LSU side of it, you have to find ways to match it. You have to find ways to keep scoring. And I think the turnover battle in this game is big. If you could win the turnover battle, you're putting yourself in a serious chance of walking out of here with a win that maybe no one ever even thought you had a chance of getting.
And here's the deal, dude. If you somehow able to pull off a win on the road against Alabama, I'm not saying you put yourself back in the mix of like making the playoffs, because we talked about that. Like some crazy, wild shit would have to happen for you to have that opportunity. But you put yourself in a position where you could go 9-3 and win a bowl game, go 10-3, and fire your coach, end up with a 10-win season, and hopefully get the guy that you want coming in right after with some momentum moving into the offseason. So it's a big game. Obviously, I think it's a big game for the program and for the guys in there right now, morale-wise, and like for the fans to be like, say, okay, we're gonna be able to enjoy go and watch the last 3 games of the season because these guys are coming out there and they just upset a top 5 team in the country on the road with a bunch of turmoil. So it's gonna be entertaining. I'm obviously excited to watching it. I'm not gonna bet them to win though. I'm gonna bet them to cover.
Yeah, I think that's where everybody is.
That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Well, not with the on-3 guys. Bryce 30-20, Shea Dixon 30-20 Alabama.
It's covering.
No, it's not. 8.5.
LSU? It's 10.5.
No, they don't have LSU. It's 8.5. It went up to 10.5.
LSU?
Is that 10.5 now?
Yeah.
I thought it had been at 10.5. Yeah.
I had it at 8.5.
Oh, bad bookie.
Yeah, you better dip back into that piggy bank.
I didn't bet it yet, but I saw it at 8.5. Let's see what it is.
I have to double the.
I'm double checking you.
I've already put it in at 10.5.
Let me see what it is now.
And then I also took LSU money line because you feel like if I'm going to sit here and talk about Frank Wilson-inspired football team, I've got to be able to say, hey, I believe in Frank. You should too. I'll put
It is
$10
at
bucks
10.5.
on the money line just to see what happens.
Screw it. I'm taking 10.5.
Do money line with me.
All right.
$100.
Okay.
Do it.
Done.
Done.
All right, let's get to the questions before we run out of time.
Okay.
So we get to our gambling.
There's a couple in here.
But we have
Like
6
3
from you said,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, we have
So it's
more
not, it's
questions.
5 or 6 questions.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
It's okay. And we will get to them right now. Off the beaten path, DJ Trauma Gaming. Ask Mikey and Mitch, should the Pelicans fire Willie Green? Would age poorly.
I mean, I can't fire him right now in this part of the season. It's too early in the season to fire him. At the end of the year, if nothing changes, yeah. We've seen him make some runs at the end of the seasons the last couple years when the team was not good. Look, I don't think they fire him now, but I think if they're not competitive at the end of the year, he'll be gone.
I mean, yeah, like you want to be more competitive in what they've been. I'll say this: it's really tough to be competitive in a league where the league is run by stars, and once again, your star is out.
Yep.
Right? Like he's had a good season when he's been in there so far, much like his entire career has gone. But it's hard to be a really good team when you don't have a star and the star can't stay on the court. So I think something like that should be part of the conversation as well. You would like to see them fight. You would like to see them stay in it. I'm at the point right now where I'm like, let's wait and see. Sit on it, wait and see how this thing goes. But you need to start playing better. Maybe start trying to stack some wins and start trying to get in the conversation of being a decent ball club. But we'll see.
Did y'all see the interview of is it Derek Queen?
Mm-hmm.
And he had like 12, 6, and 6 or something. And he did the interview and he was sitting down. And DeAndre Jordan came up and he was like, hey, stand up when you interview. Like, stand up. You're 12, 6, and 6. Like, you stand on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. We had a conversation earlier about I hate sit-down interviews. It just doesn't look good. And they brought DeAndre Jordan in off the street about 2 weeks ago, and that's probably what you brought him in for. Hey, let's mentor some of these. Our first rounder who
He gave up a lot to get.
Hadn't played much, and then he's gotten in there the last few games and it's looked good. So, yeah, that's probably why they brought him in. A little mentor.
Yeah, you need some of the old heads in the league.
No doubt.
And I don't know about the coaching thing, but after this, maybe DJ Trauma is a reverse mush. Pelicans rattled off 2 straight.
2 straight.
Watch out now.
That's
Getting
it.
hot. Not a lot of basketball left.
Yeah.
Ask Mikey and Mitch. Does Shaheed drastically improve Seattle's offense? I personally think they are NFC champion and Super Bowl contender. Watched them live in Seattle beat our Saints to a pulp. He's the one that flew to Seattle to watch the game.
I do think he drastically changes their team because he gives them an element that they haven't had. Obviously, Smith and Jigba is obviously a baller, and he's going to be the number 1 guy. But you have Shaheed now that kind of gives you an element that none other receiver has on their team, and that's to take the top off the defense. You can utilize him in the return game, obviously. You can utilize him in some of these jet sweeps and some of the screen games. But he has a skill set that they didn't have before, and I think he proved to you when he was at LSU. When he was in New Orleans.
Awesome.
When he was in New Orleans, that he could not only take a top off the defense, but he could actually run routes and catch balls underneath and make big plays out of them. So, yeah, I do think it drastically changes their team.
100% it drastically changes their team. Just his deep threat scare that he brings every time he's in there is something completely different. And when you literally have a guy like Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's a 3-level guy, right? Like, he can do the short, the medium, and the long stuff. When you have another guy like that runs those kind of routes and plays that kind of game, it just helps you a ton. The one thing I'm looking forward to seeing is how quickly can he get kind of, I guess, a real connection, some real chemistry with Sam Darnold. And if he can, I think something like that for him will completely change his career as well. And Mikey, you alluded to it. Like, if you watch him play, I think the one thing people don't realize is that he does have a route tree. He's not just a straight line guy. He has more than that. So with that being said, is when people know you can step on their toes and you can get them on their heels and they're scared and they don't want you to get over the top of them, it makes it that much easier for you to break off intermediate routes as well. And if they can't sit under you because there's someone else they have to worry about, how much does it open up for you as well? So I'm very interested to see, does his career kind of take off even more because of his ability to do more in that offense?
Yeah, I mean, good for Shaheed. I liked him as a Saint because it felt like
I love Shaheed.
Me too. It felt like he was part of the culture, like that you wanted like the Saints to be. He kind of carried that where he understood where he was.
That culture right now is a little broken.
Yeah, it's gone. That's okay.
Just the video I sent to us on the. Did y'all see that? When the Dome used to be every single Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. But that's the best part about it is it can come back.
Oh yeah, I mean it instantly comes back.
Yeah, like it took this amount of fall off for people to be like, all right, y'all figure this shit out, and I'm not going.
Yeah.
And then they'll still go and put bags on their heads. Like we'll make a statement.
Right.
But Shaheed, I mean, he even showed up to Seattle with Saints cleats still. But I think he does make a massive difference, and that's Seattle taking a swing at being able to go, okay, we might be a piece away, and their offense has been incredible this year as they're one of, I guess they figured out football, because if you line up and look like you're going to run and then you throw it, you fool some people.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It's crazy how that works,
Yeah.
huh? Well, you're not predictable.
Yeah, it's just two tight ends. Oh, we got to put our heavy set out there. Nope, watch this.
That's why Patriots were so successful when they had
Name them.
the two tight ends they had.
Uh-huh.
Gronk
Who were
and,
they? Yep.
Yeah. You know who else?
Yep.
All right.
Ask Eminem. What was the baseball version of 110s?
110s. We ran 110s too.
Okay.
Yeah, we had our conditioning test. It wasn't 26 like the football team does, but we've gotten up to like
15.
No, I think I've run 20 on the baseball field before.
What's a 110 on the baseball field? How do you do it?
We did it on the football field.
Oh,
So we
okay.
do in the indoor. Yeah, it was 110s. It was 20 of them, and we had to get it by, I think it was 15 seconds.
It's moving.
Which
Don't forget about running poles.
No,
poles
People
suck too.
don't know what running poles
Yeah.
are. It's literally you're running foul pole to foul pole along the warning track. So you don't get to run across the field. You're just running along the warning track. Here's what sucked about it. Is you always had to do some high number, and there and back was one,
Yep.
right? But here's the worst part about it is that is a condition-based long jog, long sprint, long run type of thing, where the only people who really did that or really does that is starting pitching, maybe sometimes relievers, if you will. That's not really for position players. So it's always the worst when position players have to run it because you're asking me to do something that is so off of what I'm actually going to be doing. And if I don't ever train for this kind of thing, we always hated doing it. So I hated doing polls.
And it was the ultimate, like, that was definitely the punishment. Like, regardless if it was a condition, but if you fucked up, it's like, hit the poles. Like, fuck.
Let me tell you the worst than poles. Tempo runs. You know what those are?
Mm-mm.
So imagine you're running the poles, right? But you're not sprinting. It's kind of like a nice pace, like you're jogging. And let's say there's 10 guys in line. And you're running. Tempo runs, the last guy.
Oh, Indian runs.
Is that what they call it? Indian runs?
I don't think they call it that anymore, but that's what we call them.
Has to sprint to the front.
Yeah.
And then just keep doing that until they tell you you're done.
Yeah.
I hated those.
Yeah, those are brutal.
Yeah, that's when the entire line, as the last guy was sprinting to the front, would whisper to the guy, "Hey, no heroes, no heroes, no heroes."
Yeah.
You want him to slow down.
No doubt.
You want him to slow down so this line can slow down and we don't have to keep sprinting and we can get to the end of this run. That's when that used to happen.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And that's you're playing a dangerous game because if you get caught and like, boys, I know y'all are fast, and keep it going. Like, okay, we can make this a long day. Like, oh shit, pick it up.
Breathe hard.
Yeah.
Swing your head. Do whatever you gotta do, but don't speed up them damn legs. All right.
Yep. Oof. Do not miss polls at all. When I was a freshman, there's a talk about how to win awareness and having no feel or no savviness. Sean was my brother was a senior. I was a freshman, and one of my other buddies and Sean and they had earned to be able to be in the back for these things, and then I got caught up talking with him, and coach noticed, like, you think you're a fucking senior? You think you can play here? Like, you guys don't need to be in the back ever. And I was like, oh shit, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I will speed it up. But That's when you learn as a freshman.
Yeah, you have your.
I'll give you one more too. I'll give you one more too that used to suck. That was once again very much along these same kind of lines. 27 ounce. Never like that.
Oof.
And if anybody doesn't know what 27 ounce is you're literally going to play every position. You are going to start in the dugout. You jog out to whatever position you start at in the lineup, right? You jog there, you stand there for a second, you jog back in, and then you're going to go around the thing, and you're going to play a full 9-inning game that way. 27 outs, right? I'm not trying to do that. You couldn't wait until you were either the pitcher or the catcher where you just had to jog from the dugout to that spot, and you're like, man, this is what y'all get to do every day?
And sometimes,
Man.
sometimes when they really want to throw a wrench in it, they would make a pinch hit.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd put somebody that hasn't played at all during that day into the infield, and you'd better be damn sure that ball is going right at him. And if you don't make the play, you got to start over.
Yep.
Not fun.
I enjoyed it, but it does get old rather quickly. Whenever you're on out 19 and they go, let's start it over. It's like, fuck, okay, never mind. This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, really? This is what we're doing?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Like it.
Next one.
For both of you, now that we've both run 110s, what was the secret to completing 110s?
People hated me in the 110s. I would
Long strider?
Yes. I would get off the line super quick. I'd fucking sprint, long stride it to the 50, and I'd be ahead of everybody, and I would just coast. By the time I was on the 5-yard line, I was walking into the end zone. That was it. Long striders definitely help you.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it. That's how everybody figured it out. It's like, this is what we do. Listen, you come out the blocks blazing, right? Speeding to where 20, 25 yards in, I'm damn near at a full sprint. And at that point, now I can just coast, right? Like, I don't try to maintain that speed. I just kind of coast that same speed. That same speed will take me into the end of it to where by the end, I'm not at a very good pace, but I'm well under the time that I need to pass the line. And the second key is, hey, you got 15 seconds to run this. So you mean I got 15 full seconds, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is 14, 15, 16. Like, I'm crossing right before it hits 16. I'm taking every second I can, getting all that time out, and making sure that I have a reduced speed when I'm crossing the line to give myself a chance to start resting before I got to get back on the line and run again.
That is it.
Was there ever an instance in which, like, if you do it that way, it's like you're not running hard enough?
No, as long as you finish in the times.
Okay, it didn't matter what it looked like? Because I've heard stories of, what was it?
Well, listen, Lloyd, if you're running 110s, that's 110 yards, basically 100 meters in 15 seconds, you're going to look like you're running for the most part. Like, I understand that. Like, there is no real, like, I'm walking at the end of it. Like, you're going to have to be sprinting at some point. But the mind of it is get to a sprint to where you can kind of motor down towards the back end of it, as opposed to kind of just one speed the entire way that gets you there, and then now all of a sudden you don't really get the same rest feel, if you will.
Correct.
That's the last one.
Last one. All right, thanks. Sorry that we just got to him.
No.
Perfect timing, though, because it gives us a nice 18 minutes to
Cook up
a parlay and talk about gambling and talk about the games that we have
circled, highlighted, starred,
circled, and that's actually happening, right? So let's get to – that's what I want to get to, though. I want to get to the betting site scores and odds.
Our site.
That
we don't, not sure if it.
We don't use it enough. I don't think.
Well, I don't know if we know how it exactly works.
So, one of our buddies here at Southern Regional Medical Center really likes the Houston. Wow. It's at 1.5 now. They must have read the stat you saw.
That's right.
So Houston was 3. And on the road at UCF, obviously Houston's 7-2. UCF is 4-4. Lloyd likes UCF because he read a stat on the internet.
This is the ultimate, like, this is a Lloyd stat. I would not put, but sometimes these trends can come true. And when you have a day for UCF, it's a space game, boys. We're going to the moon. UCF is 8-0 in space games, outscoring opponents 338 to 179 in their most recent space game, 2024. They've returned to Earth, but defeated Arizona 56 to 12. Over the course of these 8 games, USC averages 50 points a game giving up 21. What did I say?
USC.
Oh, UCF.
But
they're outscoring opponents by 30 in every
now
game.
the space game means that they're wearing space-inspired uniforms.
Yes.
That's what the space game is. So that's 1.5. Lloyd likes this next game, which is happening tonight.
Yes. Also, another, what we call it, the bounce back trend.
Bounce back trend.
When you have a coach, two coaches, I would say, and both Sumrall for Tulane, who maybe the noise got to him, got a little loud, gets absolutely routed in his previous appearance. But Tulane releases new uniforms, as they do, and he gets his feet underneath him, gets the chance to bounce back against a Memphis team that is rolling, and both fighting for this is a winner-go-home match if we're sticking to the three-loss theory. Winner-go-home.
Correct.
For playoff life against Memphis, whose coach, not true, not the real Pete Nakos, but close, said that he'd already had a deal done with Arkansas. That was my theory going into it, is he's maybe a little bothered. Too much going on. So I will take Tulane with the points.
Okay. I like that. That's your pick for the parlay.
Yes.
Let me tell you a pick that I like.
Oh, wait. I don't have to take that. I said that before the show.
You don't have to take it.
I think I'm going to go space race.
Okay. You know what I like? I think I'm going to go off the beaten path because the path has not been very kind to us.
Right.
Has not been smooth.
Not at all.
James Madison
Okay.
is playing at Marshall, and James Madison is favored by 13.5. I think I like James Madison covering. I'm not putting that in there yet. But I think I like James Madison.
Helmets?
Huh?
With the Marvel helmets?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I like James
If you
Madison.
didn't know, they're wearing these Marvel-inspired helmets that has, I think, like 7 different superheroes on them. I don't know exactly how they're dispersing them, but I'm pretty sure they're wearing those this weekend.
Yeah, I like that one. Another interesting game. Georgia at Mississippi State. Georgia is favored by 9.5. I think I like Mississippi State to cover that. Me and Lloyd talked about that on the way up to the show, to the studio. Mississippi State has played everybody close. They got their first SEC win last week. Georgia's on the road at Mississippi State. Georgia's given up more points than they normally have. I like Mississippi State covering 9.5. What do you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, I think you're crazy. I think they're going to go on the high right there. I think Georgia kind of returns to what seems more normal for Georgia. And they go on the road and take care of business as the calendar swings and starts in November and you start to make that championship push.
All right. Interesting game right here.
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
On the note of the Marvel helmets, you can't lose in these.
You found the wow.
Lloyd got intrigued. Lloyd was like, wait, what?
I didn't know you could put different logos on helmets.
Wow.
I thought you kind of ran with the same thing.
Well, because the James Madison is on the other side of the helmet.
Okay.
So there's at least one side that has the JM, and then this side has the Marvel stuff going on.
I mean, do you think what's the reason?
I don't know, because I didn't read
probably
it.
money.
I just saw something about it, and I don't know what the reasoning is and how that relates to the school.
I mean, I'd imagine. Never mind.
I don't know either. Here's an interesting game. College game day is at Texas Tech. BYU is at Texas Tech. BYU is 8-0. Texas Tech is 8-1. Spent a ton of money in NIL to get the team that they have. They hired a high school football coach to be their head coach, and he has been awesome over there. BYU is the undefeated team. BYU, they are 10.5-point underdogs on the road at Texas Tech.
This made you upset.
It did. I was like, how? Not upset that they're 10.5-point underdogs, but just it goes to show you what people think of them. As an undefeated top 10 team, you're going on the road. You should never be 10.5-point underdogs.
And two relatively new players at the party.
It's also supposedly, too, because Texas Tech's numbers, like if their actual stats and everything on the season, both offensively and defensively, are off the charts. So I think that's got a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Texas Tech's very good. I don't think there's a lot of belief in BYU. Money's 50-50 there, though.
Yeah. I mean, I get 10.5 points makes it intriguing.
Somebody's believing.
Yep. What are you going to say? You're gonna add to that?
I think I'll save it for the mistake of the day.
Okay. All Let's see. What other intriguing games? What do we like about what do we like at A&M? A&M at Missouri. Missouri's favorite. I mean, A&M's
It's a very
favorite.
tricky one, man. It's just it's hard to think that, especially because it seems like that A&M defense has gotten themselves going. I think they lead the SEC in sacks, I believe, or at least has the sack leader in the SEC.
They do.
Whatever it is, because they've gotten that defense going, man, it's just hard to believe that you're gonna get down to your third string quarterback in college football and still be able to beat a top five club. So I would take Texas A&M. What's the spread in that ball?
6.5.
I'd even take them covering. I can't lie to you.
All right. This one's intriguing to Lloyd. Go ahead.
Real quick, I was going to go back to, is it Georgia, Mississippi State?
Yep.
I don't think this counts as a play, does it? But I would take Mississippi State in the first half. Georgia
4.5, right? Plus
yes,
4.5.
Georgia has notoriously started off extremely slow, and it takes them a while to kick it into gear. And they were talking about it on, it was Herb Street and McAfee. It's like, I don't know what the deal is with this. No, it was Rosillo. He's like, I don't know what the deal is with Georgia, but sometimes teams like this, like if they're figuring it out, they always figure it out. And so while they're starting slow, they always they win. And so if you want to bet, if I could put this on the parlay, I will.
Okay.
That would be Mississippi State plus 4.5 first half only.
Okay. I like that. This next one is intriguing to you too. Oregon at Iowa.
Oh, yes. Also,
Lloyd loves this one.
I think that this could be the one Iowa finally pulls through. Oregon
6.5 point favorites.
Which is low to me.
It is low.
Which tells you there's some action. Something's cooking.
99% of the money on Iowa.
Wow. I thought I was being a different thinker.
99% of them. Now, 70% of the bets are on Iowa, but 99% of the money is on Iowa.
$1 on Oregon somewhere?
Like, that's wild.
Yeah. Huh.
I kind of like that too.
I guess so. I mean, is this did we just stumble into one of those things?
I think so.
Or it's
I'm betting it, no doubt.
It's one of the, you see everybody walking through one door. I'm not picking the other one.
I mean,
well, not this time, but usually I do. I thought that's what I was doing.
99% of the money, dude, is on Iowa.
That's crazy.
Wild.
It's Oregon going to a sleepy little Iowa at 2:30. They're always at 11.
Oregon hasn't really been challenged except for that Penn State game, which looking back at that now.
Oregon also lost to the Hoosiers.
They did. They got, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They've been challenged twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Interim bump game.
Yeah, interim
Auburn
bump.
at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt favored by 6.5 against Auburn.
Interim bump.
Interim bump.
How many times has Auburn got? There's probably enough interim bumps out there for Auburn alone that you could go through what they do after they fire their coach.
76% of the money is on Auburn.
We're just,
what do you think about that, Jared?
I like the interim bump there. I think it's a good one. I think Auburn's a little bit better team than what people think too. They just have not been able to close and finish ball games. I like the interim bump here. I think they come.
I do too. Those are really all the intriguing ones that I want to talk about now. Okay, let's get to our parlay.
Yes.
I think I'm taking James Madison.
Even with the Marvel helmets? How do you pick? What character would you pick to be on your helmet?
That's what I just told you. I don't even know if they're getting a chance to pick. I don't know exactly how they're dispersing who gets what and why they chose the 6 or 7 that they have. Mm-hmm. I'm not exactly sure how that goes. That part I didn't get that far into checking out what it is. I just knew that was 100% a thing this weekend.
Here's my problem. I want to watch the games that I bet on. I'm not watching that game.
Yeah, I mean you can.
But I'm not going to.
Crack streams.
I'm not going to. No, I'm gonna have my cable figured out, or my internet figured out. I'm getting that YouTube TV. Fuck off. I'm gonna get Hulu Live TV today. On the trip to the camp where I gotta go brush blinds. I'm gonna do that.
What's the source of this this dispute?
What do you think it is?
Money.
It's called greenbacks.
No,
yeah,
I think the big issue is ESPN launched a new app. And so they are trying, it's about money, but they're trying to funnel people to this new app, I think. I think that's part of it. I don't know.
What is ESPN? They have a new app?
Yeah.
I thought, isn't that just Hulu?
They said they have a new app. I don't know. I don't really know.
Because the Disney Hulu merger went through, and then so I'd imagine that you can probably, that's why you can find football on Hulu, is because Disney owns Hulu.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting Hulu Live TV.
No, they promoted this new app as soon as the fall started. They have a new app that they roll out everything. You can do all their betting and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I guess you can do multiple like screens and multicast stuff on there too. So they did all of that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well,
you can integrate, like I said, you can integrate all your betting and all that stuff like on your TV screen if you want. So they have all that stuff.
Didn't ESPN? Oh, yeah, they just got rid of Penn Gaming, did they not?
Yep.
And now they're with DraftKings. Jesus, why would DraftKings do that? Like, you're just pissing money away. Obviously, the ESPN Bet app does not work. Like,
well, that's why they changed the app into making it like a little bit easier to bet. Well, you don't necessarily have to go to the app to bet. You can bet.
Do it on your TV?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
If you're alone or with people, like, you don't – I don't think there's a lot of people out there that are – if they're watching football with, like, their wives or significant other.
I think there's a lot of people that be watching football with their friends and said, hey, let's –
yeah, for sure.
No
but
doubt.
I just I don't think you're not going to get to bet as much as you'd think because you can't just do it, like, before the game. So it's like, boys, let's throw it on.
Correct.
Like, well, y'all are gambling on this?
Correct.
But if you're with the boys, then it's like, oh, hell yeah, we're all in.
Yeah.
Everybody pull your money
Live
together.
bets
Yeah.
go way up. All right. Who do you like, Lloyd?
And
Are you going with that initial?
I am. Because you can do it. You can bet, especially at this time.
Oh, so you're doing the first half?
No, I'm doing the Mississippi State plus 4.5.
Where's that?
So you click on the game.
No, I know. I'm just got to find the game.
And so, because this is the time in which, look, we're searching around every nook and cranny. We're looking in every corner of the market to find a winner. I will exploit the process a little bit and try to do my best to get us a win.
I appreciate that. So Georgia, Mississippi State, you click on the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to what? Oh, first half spread. First half spread right there. 4.5, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Look, Hunter Hall is the one who put me on this, and he says in the chat, the stats to back this up. UGA in the last 8 games versus Power 4 opponents hasn't had a lead at halftime. That was a month ago. Now they've had 1 lead at halftime in their last 12 games against Power 4 teams. So
Wow.
one lead in the last 12 games
Okay.
against Power 4 teams.
I think I'm going to take the Iowa game
Ah,
over the JMU game. I'm taking the Iowa.
okay. I mean, 99% of people, or
I'm
99%
going
of
with
the
it.
money,
I'm going with it.
I think so. I take that first half also, under.
Jared?
I am going to give me SMU covering at Boston College. Look, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see Bill O'Brien in the media this past week, but history lends itself with Bill O'Brien, and when he starts to get a little testy, the team starts to go a little left. They're 2-8 maybe on the year right now. Not having a good year. They're starting to get blasted in the media to enough to where he's going at some of these media people and how they're asking him questions. I think when Bill O'Brien starts to get in that spot, they just don't play well. SMU's coming off of beating Miami at home and basically announcing themselves as real again. And you remember, this is an SMU team that was a playoff team last year, right? Got their doors blown off in the playoffs. Come back this year, trying to figure out if they're the guy, if they're it. They beat Miami at home. Now they feel great. Go on the road, take care of business on a real Boston College team. Give me SMU covering on the road.
Love
Okay.
it. Watch that. I do have the Bill O'Brien presser. This is all-time coach.
Coach, wondering if you have a message for fans. Obviously losing to Notre Dame Catholic school rival, 1-8 now in the season in BC. I've heard from a lot of fans. They're just really.
Yeah, I'm really glad. You know, I'm glad you're down. I'm not down. Nobody's down. We're fighting. We're competing. You know, it's the second year of this program. Like, you always come in here with these down questions. Like, you show up like once a month or something like that. You come in here with these down questions. I'm not down. I don't know what year you graduated from BC, but this is a program that we're building. Nobody here's down. We're positive. We're going to show up and play our asses off against SMU. You can go out there in your dark, clouded world or whatever it is and do what you want to do. We're not down. The sun is up and we're fighting. That's my message to the fans. What's up, Trevor?
What's up, Trevor? You come here, once a month and ask these down questions?
When you get Bill O'Brien in that spot, it usually tends to go, history says it's not good. It's not good.
All right, so to recap.
What's up, Trevor?
Mississippi State plus 4.5 first half.
Yes.
Iowa plus 6.5. SMU minus 10.5. We're all good with that.
Yes.
That's it. All right. Bet is in. I am betting on a lot of the other games,
Yeah.
too.
Also, they threw a pick out from the chat. Kentucky, Florida, under.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Which I could see.
I could see that, too.
Kentucky plays hard. Or I don't know if they play hard. They play teams close.
Do we like the BYU Texas Tech over 51.5?
You just got to do that for fun?
I'm doing a bunch of bets for fun. Yeah. All right, that's it. This is our winning parlay. Finally.
There we go.
Get back on. Listen, our parlay is gonna coincide with LSU turning their season around.
That's right.
That's what's gonna happen. All right, predictions on the games before we go. Lloyd,
Predictions for the game.
that's how we end our
LSU
Friday.
keeps it close. LSU. I did not get inspired by what Hunter Hall said. It said LSU won't score more than 15 points. Like, okay. I mean, that makes sense. The offense hasn't been good, but I don't think he understands the mojo we got going on around here in Baton
I
Rouge.
think so too.
So I would say LSU fights, keeps it close. In the end, not enough, but that's okay. You see an inspired football team, 24-21? 28-21,
Okay.
Alabama.
Okay. Jared,
Changed it. Yeah, I got Alabama in this ball game, 28-23. I think when I talked about, I alluded to it earlier, is if you could win the turnover battle in this game, I think you win this ball game. I'm just not exactly sure that they do. I think an early second half turnover kind of flips this thing on its neck a little bit for LSU. And I think you see a very well played ball game. I think you see an offense that can move the ball. I think you see a defense that's out there competing. 28-23, Alabama wins this game. I think the Monster's a little too big in this situation. Hey, had this happened 3 weeks ago, and this isn't game one out of it, maybe so. But for where it's at, 28-23, Alabama wins it. But LSU walked away a little inspired. And by LSU, I'm meaning the fan base of what they saw. And understanding that you did put a damn good roster together, things just went right at the top level.
I am gonna stay on the LSU losing train. Obviously, I'm not that stupid to say.
Well,
they're gonna win.
you don't know what can happen.
I want them to
Anything
win.
can happen, yeah.
I think they could win. I think they lose 31-24.
Oh,
I think it's tight. I think Alabama scores in the fourth quarter, like mid to late of the fourth quarter, and then LSU isn't able to get down there because at that point they're gonna have to score touchdowns, not field goals. Go for it. End up not making it. 31-24 LSU. I mean Alabama.
Oh, so you want to?
Alabama.
It's so
I
ingrained in
want
your
to.
brain.
I want to, but they do cover.
There we go.
There we go.
One step at a time.
That's it. All right. Mistake of the day.
Mistake of the day is Antonio Bryant flew too close to the sun.
Antonio Brown.
What did I say?
Bryant.
Right?
AB, Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Who's Antonio Bryant? That's a person.
Nobody.
I have no idea.
Antonio
No,
Brown.
we don't know him.
Well, I'm glad that this would be a bad time to be Antonio Bryant and somebody thinks you're Antonio Brown because Antonio Brown has been extradited from Dubai and faces a murder charge, allegedly, for what
How
happened
wild
at
is
that boxing event where he allegedly, I don't know. But he'd flown away to Dubai. He'd been there for 3 weeks, and the former star wide receiver evaded authorities for more than 4 months during that time. Brown, 37, posted frequently on social media, including 13 Instagram posts showing him in a luxury sports car at a barbershop and lounging poolside. The Miami Police Department, this man named Vega, he was taunting us on social media, Vega told The Athletic. We identified he was in Dubai, and we let the marshals know. And so they went to Dubai, wrangled him up, and now he's awaiting a trial date in Newark, New Jersey. But the best part of all of this, I'm sure, obviously Antonio Bryant is innocent until proven guilty, but he's still having his fun on the internet, as one does. He is not giving up on his social post. As we have here, obviously this is what he was doing. And it gets better as we go through. I can't open up Instagram on the computer unless it won't let me log in for some reason. So I'm trying to get these posts. So when they come up, I'll show you.
Okay. Thanks.
But it's
mistake of the day. What a wild ride for Antonio Brown.
Oh, here we go. The laws didn't do nothing.
Little wild guy.
So he's still on the internet, but he's handing over the keys to CTESPN and his Twitter account while he fights the good fight. Those were his last posts.
Okay, good. It's probably smart by him.
That'd be a little too late.
Yeah, probably smart by him. All right, curtain call.
I mean, to post to Dubai with a warrant out for your arrest, like, literally, there's ego at play here. Like,
Yeah.
if he wouldn't have done it, they wouldn't have gone and gotten him. But now that you've taunted us, we're going to go get you.
Kind of crazy.
And he is kind of crazy.
He's very crazy. All right, curtain call. You got one?
I do. Curtain call to Roger Sherman.
Hey.
He has I believe he worked at the Ringer.
Yep.
But in 2017, November 6th, he said the NFL needs to adopt the Kansas State clown car formation. Little did he know, the NFL,
The tush push.
the tush push was born. And he has he's doing a deep dive on the originators of the tush push because it's not the Eagles. He's going back to Kansas State to go see how there was a rule change in 2015 in college football that allowed them to do this. They were the first team to exploit it, and now it has obviously become a very hot topic in the NFL. But good on him for being the clown car formation is also a very catchy name.
I like that better
Clown
than the
car,
tush push.
clown car.
Yeah, I like that better
Yeah.
than the tush push. No doubt. All right, Jared, you got one?
I do not have one today.
Oh, you've been on the road.
Yeah, he's been on the road. My curtain call, it's going to be a future curtain call.
Okay.
My curtain call is to the football team, LSU football team. Because amidst all the turmoil that we've had to go through, LSU has had to go through, the school in general, not necessarily just the football team, I think they're going to go out there this weekend. They're going to put together a really good performance. They're going to be competitive. It's going to look like a brand of football that is something that you anticipated. And it's going to rally everybody and bring excitement back to the program and back to the university while they look for the next head football coach to lead that program that's going to put themselves back on in good graces with the fan this weekend. That's my curtain call. It's a predictive curtain call.
Yeah, I like that. It's a future curtain call.
Yeah.
For them to be it's like Babe Ruth calling a shot.
That's it.
It's a point.
I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm saying it's going to look a lot different.
I agree.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
All right. I will be watching the game on my way back from a work trip. That's what I have this weekend.
That's right.
It's camp day. Work.
That's what hard work does. Get some grit underneath your nails.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get to enjoy the game.
That's right. With a different streaming service.
Yes. Hulu Live TV. You got a new customer in about an hour. All right, that's all we got for you on this beautiful Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy college football, the slate of college football games. Enjoy the NFL games. We'll be back live in studio on Monday talking about recapping the entire weekend. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can't watch it, but you like listening to us or anywhere you get your pods. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. See you on Monday. Be safe this weekend. Jared, good luck recruiting.
They'll bring them home.
Yeah, it should be a good time for me, Good time for me today,
No
boys.
doubt.
Really tuning up the baseball season early.
Looks like a nice day. Enjoy it.
It's a great day.
Find that
Beautiful day.
shade. Find that shade. You know what I mean? All right. Later.
Later, boys. Love
See
y'all.
y'all.
I don't have to do something. Players. Zoom. None.